T.G. Harris, head coach for AHSTW, with us here after his team picks up a season-opening victory over Cam. Coach, the team really turned it on in the second quarter. Late in the first quarter, you took a 19-15 lead and really controlled the game after that.
Yeah, if we could have played the first, 2.5 minutes like we did the first 2.5 minutes of the second quarter, we would have been off to a great start. We gave up 15, a little bit more than we wanted to. We started playing defense. We were gambling too much. We weren't rebounding. We were giving uncontested shots. And then we were converting. We were getting easier looks down here on the offensive end, but it started on the defensive end. We were getting more stops.
Is that kind of the philosophy, what you hope your defense leads to offense?
Yes, yeah. Our offense is going to be a little bit faster paced than it was last year, but it's only going to happen if we get defensive stops. We're not someone who wants to walk up the ball up the court and everything like that, and the only time that usually happens if they make it. So we got to force misses, we got to force tough shots, we got to rebound, we got to get the ball and go.
You had a lot of younger guys who were either making their first start or maybe even some making varsity debut, sophomores and freshmen who stepped up. Were you pretty happy with what you saw there?
I was pleased. You could definitely tell the rookies out there, they're going to be huge in our success this year. They're going to be role players. They're going to have to be able to score the ball. That's why they're playing right now. And then they got to have to play defense. The help's got to be quicker. They got to mesh a little bit better with their older guys, and they got to get used to the pace and the physicality of the varsity level. Rhett Welsh stepped up huge. I mean, he's one that had a huge football season for us, and so he was one that stood out tonight because of the physicality and the speed of the game. He was used to that, and having another inside presence with him is going to be extremely huge.
Lee White and Stephen Jacobson, we talked about in the pregame and how important they're going to be. Lee White finished with 22. Jacobson had 10 real early and did a lot of everything else to evaluate their game.
It was nice to see Stephen get up and down the floor. He's been complaining a little bit about being he's not in front of the break a little bit, and we were talking about if you do it on defense, you'll be in the front of the break a little bit. Both those guys are so used to our success, whether it's leading and scoring or getting the other people open or getting them the ball, and that started happening. Stephen went off for a little bit, and then he came back to Lee, and then other guys kind of stepped up for a while, and that's going to be probably the mold of our team this year.
What are some of the things you want to try and improve on here in practice and get better here early on?
Fundamental defense. We still got a lot of work. We stress a lot about helping and making sure we're helping the helper and making sure our rotations are smooth and crisp and not late. So we're able to close out to any pass, not just one pass. And so we're going to work on that a lot. And then taking care of the ball. A lot of times in high school basketball, you just take care of the ball. The game's going to be in your control, and we got to continue to be better passers as well as receivers. And so taking care of the ball and then working on the defensive end.
Hey, Coach, appreciate it. Thanks a bunch.